Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to run logistics of the Aqua. So first, we would like to see the products under the purchase module. We have purchases products. So first of all, you'll have configured all the products that need to be tracked, and that is the preform, which we have already added, and the preform has the variants. Then there is plastic roll, there is the labels, and the bottle caps. So how do we now keep track of orders for these particular items? So first of all, what we do, we need to buy them into our inventory from our suppliers, then later be able to use the manufacturing module to produce them or to produce water from the raw materials. So to do a purchase order, you just create a purchase order. You will select maybe a test vendor or any other vendor that you have configured. You'll add the products, the specific products. So if you are buying maybe, let's say, labels of 300 milliliters, you are buying, let's say, plastic rolls. So here you'll have bought like 100 pieces. And also this one, let me say, this one is also 100 pieces. So you can add as many products that you want and also as many quantities that you want. It will show you the total cost there. So what will happen, you'll just confirm that purchase order. And when that, and you can also send the purchase order by email to your supplier. When the supplier brings in, or the vendor brings in the products, you'll just come here to receive the products. And and you look at the quantity, confirm that the quantities are well. And what you'll do, you'll just validate it. If the quantity is full, if the quantity is not full, then you can click this button to edit the quantities that you actually received. So in this case, I'll just receive everything, yes. And what happens if I look at my stock and I look at my current stock, what you will be able to see is for the labels, the 300 labels, you'll see an additional unit of 100. Previously, there were some units there. And also you'll be able to see the bottle caps, an additional of 1,000 units there. So that is how we shall be able to now track the logistics of our products. Something that I did not mention is here on this section where you are validating, you can add the transporter who brought in, the vehicle which brought in, the number of parcels that were there, and any other information that you want to capture on the receiving of the product. Then the next thing will be to keep track of the losses. And now for you to be able to keep track on the losses, that you'll need to do in the manufacturing module. So in the manufacturing module, if I come here and I go to master data and I click on bill of materials, under the bill of materials, if I am producing 1 liter water, then here on the byproducts, I can be able to say what are the byproducts of the materials. And also, apart from that, when I am doing the production under the operations here, I can be able to now set how many I produced under the finished products and how many came out good and how many came out bad. All this information is under the manufacturing module video that I had posted earlier. So, so we have seen on how to keep track on losses. Now, the other loss can be when maybe you are buying something. So I'll just repeat this example here. So here I can be able to go to action and duplicate just to create a new order. So I've ordered 100 of each. I save it, I confirm it. Once I confirm, I can go to receiving of products. So at this point of receiving products, as I had mentioned before, I can be able to now edit and say what were the exact quantities that I received. So the system expects to receive 100, but then here I can say I only received 80 and I confirm. And here I can also say I can only receive maybe 90. And now it will also show now automatically that the 10 that were not received were either damaged or they were torn or something else. So once I validate, the system will ask me to create a back order. And now that back order now records all the details of the items that have been, that were spoiled. And if I go on my inventory and look at my operations, all the transfers, I'll be able to see the ones that have a back order. And anything that has a back order means things did not go well, and therefore that is where a problem was. So maybe 20 of this was spoiled and 10 of this was spoiled. And apart from that, I can also log here a message and say that these items were torn, for example, or whatever the text that you want to say that. And now you have already activated that part. So that is during the receiving, and during the manufacturing part, you also have the button here to scrap. So maybe you are creating a manufacturing order of, let me just show this. If I'm creating a manufacturing order of this, I am producing maybe 24 cartons of this. I save and I check availability and I create work orders. At this point, at any time, I can scrap. Scrapping means I am now rendering this product as faulty or as torn, and I can also give the description. So here I can say the preform 40 grams was bad and I am scrapping it. So scrapping will move my stock from my usual stock to the scrapped location. And I can have a report of the scrapped location or all the things that were spoiled in the scrapped location. And finally, under the logistics, we look at tracking of the delivery vehicles and cars. So as I mentioned before, if you are here under the purchase or even the sales, so it can be either the purchasing or selling, meaning you can track things that are coming in through the purchase and things that are going out through the sales. So just an example, under the sales module, after I have sold something, when I have a delivery here, before I ship out this item, what I can do, I can just be able to show who is transporting G4S, which vehicle was being used, which was the driver, how many parcels that vehicle was carrying, which route that vehicle was going through. And I save that information and I validate it. So at any point in future, I can be able now to just come back here and say, okay, this order, who did it, which was the transporter, and so on. Under the transport module, I can now be able to see all the transporters. I can also be able to see all the orders being transported by which different transporter. And here I can be able to filter based on the transporter, based on the vehicle. So I can be able to know this order of this sale order of this delivery order was transported by this person. And these were the details. That's it for the logistics.